Hello, this is Tazlon. I'm in my VK2801 here in Erlenberg Encounter Mode North Spawn for the Lighthouse tutorial, What Would You Do? Volume number 7. This is the tutorial series where several times during the fight I will stop the fight and say, okay, you're driving my tank. What would you do? And then I will tell you what I did and why I chose to do what I did. There's no artillery in this battle. 1 scout for us, 2 scouts for them. They're kind of heavy on heavy tanks, and we have more medium, so we're a little bit more mobile. But they have the armor and the bigger guns. This is a strange map mode because you never know at the beginning what kind of battle you're going to get. Sometimes your team all goes this way, the enemy team all goes this way, and you end up fighting east-west. Other times we spread out this way, they spread out this way, and you end up fighting north-south. Or you have the games where each team does it a different way, and you end up with like big fights kind of all over the map. But because they're closer to this side than I am, I like to try to go up here. I can't do it right away. That MT-25 beat me over there. I have no chance of beating him because he starts on that side of the map. I have to go farther to get there. If he backs up a ways, then I'll sneak over there and start spotting from over there. So for now, I'm just kind of hanging out. The Comet doesn't want to hang out. He's going for it. I was going to just delay a little bit and wait for my team to get over here and get set up in position to back me up, shoot my spots, but the Comet decided he's just going to make a run right down the middle here, and off he goes. But that gives me the chance to sneak over here on this side. I always turn around backwards and back up, so it lets me run down the hill real fast if I have to get out of there. And I know I'll have to get out of there because I know how I play it. Here I come. Into the bush. So I get some spots for my team. They're starting to move up against that ridge, get into position to fire. So I have a question for you. Do you sit here in passive spot, or do you take the shot? What would you do? If you've seen me play before, you know I'm going to take the shot. Uh-oh, I'm going to hold it for a second in case the MT-25 came around the corner, but he didn't. So I'm going to shoot and immediately run down the hill. Now you see why I turned around and backed up. When you're up in that bush, it doesn't provide complete concealment a lot of times, especially if somebody moves down this way a little bit, they'll light you up. So it's just a matter of time until you have to move out of there. At the same time, it's real easy. And now he's going to play peekaboo up here, so I have to wait until he backs out. It's real easy just to pull down here, get concealment back, pull back up, go into the bush, get all the tanks lit up for your team again, and then take another shot so that you're contributing to the damage. It really doesn't prevent your team from firing at them because you're constantly relighting the tanks up. So you get to play the game over and over until they either force you to stop or your team wears them down enough that you can push south. That MT-25 needs to get bopped on the nose, so he'll back out of there. There he takes a shot. That's what needs to happen to him. He's trying to cheat looking over the hill, so somebody needs to tell him that's not going to work. I'm going to see if I can sneak back up here into the bush. KB1's still sitting there. He hasn't learned his lesson yet. So I'll reapply. Smack him again. I'm shooting for the tracks. Hopefully I get him tracked. I didn't on this one. I just made it orange. So he's still able to move, but I'm trying to get him pinned there in case my team can shoot him. 25-2 sitting up on the hill now. He's getting smacked around. MT-25 is going, okay, enough of this noise. I can't peek because I'm getting shot. I'm just going to bail on this side and move over here to the middle. So bye-bye, MT-25. That was a bad choice on your part, but good to see you go. Because now I can just, oh, Cheeto's like waiting on me. Now I'm going to have to get him knocked off his spot, or else he'll see me every time I back up. There we go. That's what's going to happen to you every time you stick your ugly nose out here, Cheeto. So you may as well just move on. Now you get to back up and hopefully find the KV-1 again. There he is. I'm going to shoot for the tracks again. I don't think I tracked him. At some point, the Cheeto's going to decide it's not worth it to keep poking his turret over the top there. Is the KV-1 still there? Oh yeah, there he is. Sitting way up farther on top of the hill. Making himself an easier target. And now a dead target. It's one thing for a scout to sit up on top of the hill because you have generally superior view range. But for a heavy to do it, that's not a good way to stay alive. The WOT term for it is skylining. A lot of people will flat out say never do it. Actually, if you're a scout, a lot of times it's good to do, but you have to know what you're doing and when to do it and when not to. Your KV-1's moving up, but definitely in a heavy tank, that's just a no-no. I'm going to wait on this KV-1 to pull forward, and when he does, I'll go engage the T-25-2 myself. Try to help him out. So he's pulling forward. I'm going to pull forward with him. Ideally, the guy shoots at the 25-2 just like that, and now I can move in and get a good shot on him. Cheeto's trying to get me. So I have to keep moving. KV-1 takes out the 25-2. I'm trying to pull around to get to the Cheeto, and they beat me to it. But I'm in perfect position to fire into this SU-100Y. I'd have to back out right away because he's pointed toward me, and he hurts me. I don't want to get hurt. Now he's looking, I don't know why, but he's facing this way, even though it should be obvious to him there's nobody over there. Our 25-2's coming up on him, so I'm just going to hold here and see what happens, and he dies. I was ready if he pulled forward to shoot him. Okay, they have a guy on cap. You can see it has to be the medium because you can see where the three heavies are, and it's 4 on 4, so it has to be the medium capping. We have the 25-2 down there, another TD right beside me to the right, and the KV-1's beside me to the right. What would you do? And as I'm pulling forward, I'm thinking, well, I don't really want to go into the town and fight that guy in close quarters because I don't have the hit points to do it anymore. 25-2's going in, and we have 2 tanks supporting him. So I'm going to pull down here and see if I can flank the heavies and light them up for my team. And hopefully we can put some safe damage on them. And by safe damage, I mean we're shooting at them and they can't see us. So we're dealing damage to them and they don't have the opportunity to deal it back. I see where the 201 is. The Tiger's lit up in town. He's backing up to where I'm not going to get a shot, but the KV-3's moving toward cap, so I'm just going to sit here, get my turret aimed where I want it to be, and be ready for him when he pulls out. And I shoot over his head because he stopped. You saw me kind of just rotate the turret just a little bit. I use that to try to get a mental feel for how fast he's moving at that distance away, so it helps me compute how much I need to lead him. Get another hit. With that hit, I get lit up, and the 201 immediately lobs a shot my way. So I'm spotted down here. We see where all the enemy tanks are. You see where all the allied tanks are. What would you do? And my two main choices are try to come down here in this little depression, reestablish concealment, move back in here and come up here and try to harass him, or go someplace completely different. And in my case, that guy is a good player. I've played with him and against him before, so I'm pretty certain he's going to come down here and try to take me out, because he realizes what my eyes can do for our team if I stay alive. So I don't think going down here is a good option. I'm going to have to go head to head and try to make a run across fairly open terrain to get up close to him if I have a chance of surviving. Meanwhile, my team's not in really a good position to help me out. Same thing down here. He's just going to move down here and kind of cut off my ability to move anywhere. So what I'm going to do is come back across here, try to make a huge end run and come out down here and snipe behind him, because I'm fully expecting the 201 to move down here to try to get me. So right now I'm just trying to get far enough away he can't see me anymore. Now he just took a pot shot and missed. I'm going to come down here, use the terrain to get out of line of fire from him, go across the river, and I'll be safe. Then I'll just head down to the other end of the map and hopefully be able to come out and get shots on them several times before they start adjusting to me. Now, I talk about situational awareness and using your natural resources terrain-wise all the time, but there's another huge resource, and check this out. 25-2, VKF, what the fuck are you doing? Go spot, for fuck's sake. It's like, well, he doesn't understand that I can't spot from where I was because I was already observed. And for me to stay there and try to continue spotting means that I'm going to die. And it leads into what I was about to say. One of the resources you have to be aware of and exploit is time. When I started coming up this way, there was almost 6 minutes left on the clock. We have plenty of time for me to maneuver around. It's like the multi-millionaire who dies with all his money still in the bank. All that money doesn't help him if he doesn't spend it. Well, all this time we had doesn't help our team unless we spend it wisely. And that means taking the extra time, because we have extra, to move all the way into a position where I can do this. There's the back end of the tiger. Oh my. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, except this tiger is not going to be alive very long. He never makes it to see the wizard. Goodbye, tiger. Now I know the E2 is over there. So you can see him on the map. I'm going to move forward and hopefully get a shot at him. Excellent. Not a big hit, but that's all I need. I want to shoot him, and most of all I want to get his attention and hopefully let these TDs move in and wipe him out. So there's the 201 moving in. Let me move this up here. Okay, there's the situation. I have shots at both of them, either of them. Who would you shoot and why? And to me, this is another no-brainer. If I shoot the 201, he's still most likely going to be very healthy, and there's going to be 2 enemy guns in the fight. If I shoot at the E2, I have a chance of knocking him out completely, and then it's 3 guns against 1. This isn't even a choice. Go for the kill, eliminate a gun. Bam! Now it's 3 on 1 for a moment. Now it's 2 on 1. The 201 knows I'm back here. I start to pull up and then it's like, nah. I'll give him a chance to get concealment back. Once I have concealment back, what would you do? And again, this is a good player. He knows what's up. I'm not pulling back out up right there because he's probably going to have his gun pointed right at me. And right now I'm not in the mood to entertain any uninvited guests, especially really big shells coming at me. So I'm going to try to come around the end here. I can see where he's at because he's moving in on the 25-2. And hopefully I can come out behind him where I get another shot at him. They're playing do-si-do around a building, it looks like. You can see what's going on right now. 25-2's trying to stay out of line of fire or hoping to get a shot into the guy's flank. And he's trying to work his way around the buildings and no doubt get a shot on the 25-2. Obviously he needs help. We want to double team the guy. Where would you go to set up a shot? What I'm looking at right now is he most likely has his gun pointed somewhere over here because that's where his biggest current threat is. So if I come in from this way, I'm not presenting him with a choice other than which one of us he wants to kill first. I want to force him to decide which way to turn his turret so one of us gets free shots on him. So what I'm going to do is move down here and come in here against the river, so we're attacking him from this angle and from this angle. No matter which of us he chooses to front, the other one will get a good shot on him, and hopefully we can take him down that way. So I'm going to try to use the buildings to cover my approach so he doesn't know where I'm coming out at. And as long as I move up here, he's going to be presented with a really difficult choice because he's going to have to pick his poison, and neither one's a good choice. Here we go. He sees me, he starts to turn. I get my shot, he misses. The 25-2's playing smart. Realizes that as soon as he starts turning his turret toward me, the 25-2 can pull out and get the kill shot, and that's exactly what he does. Teamwork, classic, flank-a-boom, and it gives us the win. For the battle, I had 1,677 XP, 1 spot, 952 spotting damage, 2 kills, 1,521 damage, and somehow in there I got a defender medal. Go figure. So, the key to this at the end of the battle is that forgotten resource called time. When there's time in the bank, don't make the mistake that the miser makes with all his money and fail to spend it. Use the time. Spend the time you have left wisely. And that will allow you to maneuver into safe positions to spot and snipe and help assure that you exist long enough to work with your team and pull out a victory. From Erlenberg Encounter mode, spending my time, investing my time in the bank wisely to produce a win. Happy hunting.